Hey, welcome back to my series on Transport Fever 2. Today, wow, what are we going to do today? I think I should take on this sort of interchange here of the Southern All Stations line, the Central to the Northern All Stations line, the Express line, which merges and they can get slowed down by these all stations trains. Then we also have the green Hemsworth train, which peels off to the left here. Do we have one up here? No, we don't. But we've got a platform for them there. So many people waiting for the Kendall 70, so not many. So I'm thinking just to reduce this down, delete the Kendall Express, Kendall to Hemsworth Express, which peels off here. And that can have a slowing down effect on my express train as well. And it doesn't really cut out very much. It cuts out Auckland in the distance there, and it cuts out Staines. But you can, here she is here. It doesn't take a lot of time off. The idea was to sort of spread the lines out a little bit. And so instead of that 200 being on the all stations train, changing, getting onto this one, and then coming up, they just one train. Yeah, and then remove the green one here. The blues will come along this line, go into a tunnel maybe, come back out on this side. And then that's how we'll cross the express. Okay. It's a big project, I think. There's a lot of ideas there. Also built into that would be to fix up the oil station here and get that dead end track to connect all the way up into this station here and bring fuel down to the south. And as you can see, this area can get really busy. I just don't like my expresses being slowed down. So while he's sitting here, if an express comes in behind him, that's where the slowdown really does occur. And then sometimes he'll get a slowdown when he comes in here behind a green train. So that is the green train. And then you can get an express that's wanting to do 300 but comes in behind a 200k train and catches up to him fairly quickly. Okay, I'm back. I'm here at Hemsworth with a much more simplified station here. I've ripped out the left-hand side, put in a couple of exits here. These buildings will fill out nicely, hopefully. And now we've just left with the all stations train with only 2 tracks coming across here and joining up with the 2 tracks on the right. Now we need to get the blue trains from the right hand side here into the station here. Now I've also removed this line here because I think this will all change in here. So the first thing I want to do down here is put in that connecting train to the oil. So we'll run no catenary for the diesels. We'll link it in to there. And we'll want it to use this here. Is that going too far? Yeah, look, it you got some weird height differences here. Essentially what I want that track to do is to come straight in. So I want you to come in like that. I got a little bit of weirdness here. Not much though. No, I'm happy with that. Okay. All right. Now, I like this height here. I don't want the express down on this level here. So what if I what if I ran a parallel track somewhere along here, okay? And then said to the express, I want you to be at that height, but you don't have to be oh no, I just snap it in where it can, right? I don't need that guide track there. I'll actually tell it to snap into there at 300. So where can it snap in at 300? There. How far down can I push it? There. Not there. Okay, that's too far. But by snapping it to the track here, I do get, this is the inside, so the right hand track will be more than 300. Like it won't be slower, that's for sure. What did it do? It cut in there? Okay. Okay, there's our 300. That's our 300 high speed. And then I don't want it to follow this track because if it does, it won't be 300. But what I want it to do is make this turn here at 300. And I'm prepared to head out to get it. And the question will be, how far out do I have to go? So, but I would also like it to come around to sort of square up a little, right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, there we go. Now we're heading back towards the main line. That's what I was looking for. So that's 300. We'll go one more blip just to make sure we got it. Okay, so now this one will have to come in onto this. Make sure they're even. Make sure there's no weirdness with the height. Okay, we're happy with that. Now I want 4 tracks here, but this is not important. The 300's what's important. So okay, so we want the inside to join the left track here and to be 300. So it does need a bit more length. The question is how much length, Sims, do we need? Can you snap there? That's it there. Now the inside will be, the right hand track will be slower, so we'll go a little further. And then we'll join it into there. And then we need this one to be 300. There we go. Okay, all stations, we want it to go at least well, here's the question. Are you going to do what you were thinking and make it all one station? And I don't think I need to make that decision right now, do I? Because I can rebuild the station and then just adjust this curve. I think I have to do this one first, just so I don't get any weirdness. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll do the same here. Okay, so all of that is fixed. The only train that I should have a problem with now will be the blue train. Let's have a look. No, it's telling you that, oh, electric. Rail, tools, electric. Ah. That's because I turned the catenary off. I forgot to turn it back on again. Okay, fix that, and that. That and that. Just double check this end of the line. That's all fine up there. That's all fine there. But one of the key things I've found is that you actually have to start the drop down. You do have to start the drop down. Maybe it doesn't have to be that severe. What about half that? Okay, let's do that. Otherwise, what ends up happening is you get this weird hump as you go into the tunnel. Yeah, so that's not very much at all, but you really do need to start the decline into the ground. I could paint that. I think that's good enough. I would have liked it closer to here, but that's all right, I guess. It's not too crazy, is it? It's not too bad, actually. It's probably better than using the what's the name tunnel. All right. Now, um, now I can't tunnel there. There's not enough room. I was actually thinking of tunneling when I was blowing everything up. I was thinking of tunneling in here in the station itself, because this is actually all connected, by the way. It looks like there's a gap, but that is actually that's actually an invisible platform. So this train here is unloading onto a platform that is here. You can see the invisible platform here. And this track runs along the top of the right-hand side of the platform that doesn't get used. But strangely enough, this track here is attached to it. So this track here is actually a platform that a train could stop at and unload cargo. And that's how I get the connection between here and here. So either I put a tunnel in here, leaving this still connected here, or I put the tunnel in all the way up here. I think the tunnel in here would be interesting, right? Okay, give me a second. I'm going to delete these tracks. But one of them is not a platform track. It's going straight over the top of the platform. So this here is platform track. Oh, careful, Sibs. And because I'm working with invisible platforms, can get very late. Now I'm going to need a connection here. I just need to keep one connection so that both sides of the station are still connected, so that they can unload goods onto the stain side. Okay, here we go. All right, let's try it now. Okay, turn it around. Now it'll be in its default configuration. Okay, here's the settings. We're not going to have any curves. We're going to extend the length by a lot, because the longer you make this tunnel, the less hump you have at the end. And I really don't like an extreme hump. Having trouble getting it, but it is going blue. I'm just having trouble getting it to line up correctly, right? That is correct. Might be better if I go, I think what is this platform? 280? 300? We'll go 280. Where are we at now? Yeah, we're at the edge of the platform. I think that's it. Now I'm not going to change any of these other ones except high-speed tracks. But I'm assuming the height is right because it's level inside the station. And what I mean by level is the where it goes underground. If the ground is not level where you start to where you end, you can adjust the angle of the tunnel itself. Let's just hit the button. Oh wow. And how extreme is the in and the out? See see this little this hump here? That's not that extreme. I still don't like it, but it's nowhere near as extreme as... Oh damn, I should have curved it. I should have curved it. Damn. I don't know that it will configure with a curve, will it? No. Not... Wow. That is over that platform. It just picked the platform. Look, that's the platform. Wow. But because it's I think it's because it's straight. If I put a straight track over the top of that, it lets me build it. It also lets me build a straight tunnel. Okay, can I select it here? No, what I want is to configure, there, go there, go there. Yeah, configure. Settings. Oh, you can make road tunnels with this as well. I want an underground turn. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Let's go to 7. The 7's kind of a standard turn for me when I build tunnels, I think. I haven't built one for a while. No, I don't want to configure. I want rail. Oh, it did. Look at that. It did turn. Yeah, and 7 is kind of a decent turn. It's not too extreme. It's sort of matching that 300 turn. You know, if you wanted something a little bit more extreme, you can angle that up to like 25 or something. Come on, I had it. What's the depth like? Now the depth is pretty extreme. Wow, I think I'm actually happy with that. Now there was a little bit of track around here, wasn't there? That's it. Nothing weird going on there. Okay, with no signals, with no signaling, that's not the end of the world. But if we've got signaling before the tunnel, and if I just put some signal, oh, we need a crossover here. I deleted the crossover. And because this train is here, I can fix that by backing him in and then rebuilding the track. And then, oh, that's pretty tight, isn't it? But now I'll make it an actual crossover, but I don't think I need one. I just need one on one side, but signal it was the point you were making. We'll go signal on the way in and out. Let's do that for now, instead of signaling inside the tunnel. Can I press save? I'll be back in a second. Otherwise, I'm rebuilding. Okay, I'm back. Let's do a couple of housekeeping things, just quickly. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this side of the line, I think. Now, one of the things you have to be careful with is because we're dealing with ground that's actually going under the water table, I think if you smooth this out, what you can get is water in your tunnel. Let's have a look and see what happens. Okay, not bad so far. And then what about some grasses? That matches up, doesn't it? We've got a little bit of weirdness happening here. What if I just bring it down and just see if I can get a little bit of level here. Well, there's some water. Okay, that doesn't work. So let's smooth that back in. Oh, we have water in the tunnel. Okay. The way to get rid of the water in the tunnel is just to flatten it at the top height and bring it back around. And now I'm going to have like some weirdness. What if I actually have a wall on either side? Maybe that's better. Well, if that's what you're going to do, Sims, why don't you raise through here and raise through here and around here and around here and through there. And then raise down here and there. And then bring it up a little. Okay, now what we do is we get our smooth tool and we attack it like that. Like so. Probably needs a little bit more paint in there. And then we'll go with these. We'll just put a scattering along here. We might as well run a line of trees along here. I'm just touching the button. Tap, 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 tap. Get some randomness in there. Probably a little bit too high there. Okay. That looks better. Now it looks like there's a reason for the tunnel to be there. Okay, let's go for a ride. Here goes. Okay, what's our speed? It's 115 on this turn, if I remember correctly. So we need to do some weeding. We forgot about the weeds. Let's see if he can get around this turn at 115. He is. And now he's still at 115. Why is that? He should be, yeah, probably just the end of the turn, the tail end of the train was still coming around the 115 turn. He's picking up speed now. Oh yeah, I like this. This is cool. Right in the middle of the station. Bump. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I like that a lot. Now we've just moved him off the express train line. That's heaps better. We're making our way up to Hemsworth. It's a fairly gradual gradient here because we are rising a fair way to get up above here. And then it's a pretty steep drop on this side. I bet he's going back, that guy. That train's going back to Staines. So we'll pull in here and we'll jump out. Okay, we have a new tunnel. We have a turn now that takes us around the oil station at 300 kilometers an hour. And I have a line connecting the oil station now. So I can, the line that's just to the right of us here, we can't actually see it because it is in, here it comes here, joins up into the station here on our right. I want this line to go all the way down to the oil refinery. And on the way back up, I'll actually get it to fly straight through back up. Oh, there goes the express. I bet she's doing 300. Maybe we dropped down a little too deep here. And now we'll slow down. Not bad. Not bad at all. What do you think, guys? Kind of feels pretty good coming out. It's not very steep coming out of the tunnel. Oh, very busy platform now. That's because we deleted the, I did delete the Kendall to Hemsworth Express. I did delete that train. So we've got more people changing here between the two platforms. I have made a couple of adjustments to this station. I put an extra truck on the platform here for our fuel to come down in the future, and they'll be able to ship fuel down to all of our southern cities. I want to thank you all for watching today. If you've made it this far, maybe hit the like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I really appreciate the support, guys. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.